deck planet list for a more refined, without my criteria of yes, yes indeed, in the description, just for the mass consumption. But this plays the field card at the beginning of the game. This is a 50 card deck, so it makes it 49 when you play this card. Just double check the list. Thank you, Mattis Leaves. This allows your full cards to overlord your opponent's servant cards on, or the servant cards on your opponent's side of the field. And that's generally the general premise of the deck. But we only do that like once or twice a game, because how the deck is designed, we want to go fast. The backside of the leader, been through 3 iterations. Well, draft box leader, give my opponents cards that I own, servant, and a typical draw. But we don't stay on this side too long, because like going into your turn 2, 3, depending on how your opponent swung at you, you should be going into your Z leader. And getting into that, I would think this is like the best support card that the anniversary box gave us, which reduces the cost and lets us go straight into our Z leader. Not only that, it stands up a Cumber card, which why I bumped it up to 2. So important. This can combo servant cards no matter what position they in, which is pretty gas. And he's a 20k body. Really good value. So in all instances, at any given point in time, this should be like a 25 offensively or defensively because of the active battle. Then we got 2 of the Goku, 1 Demigra, 1 Kaioken, just having a unison that can swing. Then we got 1 Vegeta because we want to get to a certain life total so we can Z-Awaken. Then we got our other one. Thinking about replacing this with something else, but when it comes up, it come up. And 1 Fu because this is what we have. Foil. We gotta get some more foils. This probably would be like a second Fu, but 1 is all we need because we only ever go into it once, and it's our condition to awaken. Now I'm going on to the main deck. We're just gonna pile through this because I don't want this to be a long video. So we're just gonna give you the list, and so we can get to the combo. Got 4 super combos. Our super combo of choice because this turns it on, makes it live as soon as you play that food. Then our Cumber cards, starting off with the big boys. 3 of this Cumber. This is like our game-winning finisher. This is just a follow-up Cumber. The 7-drop, we're running 3 of those. And 3 of the other monkey Cumber. Then for our searchers, we got 4 of this, which searches out the previous Cumbers. And 2 of this. Thinking about bumping this up, but this has been fine numbers. Also, he plays he goes into the other 8-drop. This joint right here. These 2 synergize, so you by turn 3 you want to have this setup. I'll explain that later. Then we, for our last 2 Cumbers, we got 2 of this Cumber. This keeps on theme with the mechanic of allowing us to combo our opponent's rest mode servants, and it draws when it comes into play. Going on to branching out. Oh, one last Cumber rerun is the dual attacker. Pretty good, and can give something servant or lock down something that I don't want them to swing with next turn. Then we have two other food 8 drops. This mainly my turn 4 play. If I don't kill you turn 3 or turn 2, it's just in there for that backup reason primarily, and it has Overlord, which I can get another draw off. Turn 4 play, possibly turn 3, depending if you went first or second. But primarily turn 4. We hardly ever use this card. I'm just debating whether to just change this to a pen. But for the mid-range versions of black, this is kind of pretty solid. But I usually don't have trouble getting to mid-range, but some decks you don't want to give the breath of time. If you see it, you see it. You don't, you don't. This is kind of like our draw 2 combo with the Fu. But good early game advantage to set up your kill turn. Same with this. You play this the same turn that you have the food to overload it to draw another one, and defensively you negate their first attack or their critical or double strike or whatever they do in that turn, and then on the following turn you get to give this servant and overload it with that. That's generally the useful setup with the Cumber. Just to make my Cumbers bigger, if I don't have the setup and I need to branch off it for a turn, or if I have a Z marker, or yeah, the Z marker, good to go into, just as extra pressure and bump up your Cumbers. You rarely get to the -7, but if it comes up, it comes up. And for our last food card, just triggers with the other 8 drop in the deck, which is just a bunch of swings turn 3 at the end of the day. Then going on to our offensive and defensive package, you push yourself to 4, so this should be live your kill turn or your turn 2, depending. Then we got 1 Petri main, because it's foil, 1 crack, and 1 power burst. I was thinking about putting token negates in this deck, but I just didn't have it foil. That's pretty much it. And for our other negate, 1 Gohan SGR. This is necessary just for certain matchups that run counters, and this gets under the counter since its effect to negate in a battle card swing is an auto. So it waits for that checkpoint to be over and gets underneath to defend your life. Then this card overperformed a lot of cool scenarios where this is so relevant. Same with this when we pushing out for game. And then we run 4 overwhelms. This for the matchup. This just to make our opponent respect it. Vegeta, Goku. I only like to see this in Black Saiyan decks. Then we're testing out 2 coolers. It was alright. It's removal and boost up It can boost up my leader for when I go crack. And for our last one, it's kind of like a extra power level secret rare. This is black's only generic counter, if you will. Yellow had a 3 cost one, black has 4 cost one, blue has a 5 cost one, and green has a 8 cost one, because Bandai hates green. Then side deck is pretty simple. I just want to keep it simple for the tournament. More negates if I wanted to keep you out of the combo step, building Z energy. Same purpose with this. And then we just got 3 Koits, 3 Smokes, and 3 Mass Sands. And I can get it back. And that's pretty much the simple gist of it. This is pretty much the, if you don't know what the side deck, these 12 cards is just like a simple side you can build. The only thing that's substantive is the Kais, but generically it can just be like 3 Boris, and this can be your side deck for any deck, pretty much. That's just the versatility of black. And now let's get to the combo, or the main combo you want to do with the deck. Let me just give space this out. A good starting point, starting it off from here. Let's say going first, this is how your turn 2 should end, with full on the field, your Z extra card, and one of these 3. I say if you're going second and like got the energy marker, you just leave that to defend yourself. So for this example, let's just say you got that out. But if you have the optimalness to draw that one off, that's the one you'll want, because this will make your swings a lot bigger later. But for sake of purposes, we'll just rack that for now. And we'll just say without the energy marker. With the energy marker, your turn 3 is pretty crazy. Without, it's still crazy, but we'll go over those play scenarios when we go over those play scenarios. Turn 3, charging, probably a card you can't use, probably like your extra fool. Then you'll pay 1 to play this out. Then off the full effect, then you use that to play this over, give it a board servant, so you will have more combo food he can combo with. Also, you want to give him triple strike. And then from here, we're probably push or do our overlord for our draws. If we did the Vegeta play, which I mentioned earlier, combo one of these servants, combo card, probably built Z energy, so we could go into our Z leader, getting down to 4, just play into that, which by then you're at the 4 mark, so your Super Command Man's live. Probably should be live before you even go into that, but you have that for defense. Then push damage, then push damage with this, with the triple strike. If they have something for it, just token negate or whatever. Then you launch this off, because depending on the number of skills, you can stand up a Cumber card, which is really strong, and just swing for triple strike again. If they not dead, you can pay your 1 energy to sack this off for pick Cumber. If you don't have this, you can just send this off or play this from hand, the active main, just to search the top 7 for any of your pieces. It kind of flows back into each other to repeat and recycle this play each and every turn until they die. Then you can just swing with that. If they still not dead for some reason, you can just sack this off to grab the other fool from drop or deck. And I usually combo this off if I see it. Use it for Z energy. Good Z energy. And another swing. And if nothing else, you can even swing with the Z. This is like one of the safest swings outside of the leader and the unison, which you can swing on and just dump everything. Also, when you sack off him or him to go into the ape, you can also trigger out the Gohan just for the play, free play, and then just extra swing. Let me not say free play, conditional 0 energy play. Emphasize conditional. But that play line turn 3 gives you between 5 and 11 damage, which they have to defend, which is really good. If you don't have that setup, and you got energy open, you can just leave it for the leader to go crack in space time to go 3 damage. 2 damage there, and you can just use the Z on, or your Z card on this just to stay in the leader and just swing again. If you fearing them having battle phase interaction, and that's generally the combo, I'll probably re-streamline the main deck so the option select is easy for the masses that's picking up this deck. I'll just trying some tech, but I can streamline it for y'all to make the plays easy. Also, Bandai, can we get a foil of this card? This is one of the cards I cut. This is more of like the mid-rangey, grinded out, good value, replace itself, draw 2. But the game should be over turn 3. But that is my list. One last quick note we add into the video. I forgot to mention that you can play any of these overwhelms during the combo kill turn. That's it. Thanks for watching. This is the end. You factor this in. You play the Vegeta if they play like a token negate just to warp it or something like that. But it depends on your situation, which one you go into. An extra 5k combo, warping blockers. You choose your poison. Alright, that's it. Later.